in the Bible that have been said to be fictitious or phony or just old wives' tales made up, the reason they seem so odd, so incongruous to us, is because it's dealing with ancient law ideology. It's dealing with ancient legal methodologies and conclusions. And it's not our way of doing it. Look, folks, ancient law over the course of the last 3,000 years has changed. And Welch masterfully shows that in his text. Now, I've only read up to page 126 so far. I'm still on vacation. I got the book a couple days ago. Fresh out this week. September 5th, 2008 is today's date. This has enormous implications for the Book of Mormon. It has enormous implications for the Bible because Welch is playing off the biblical methodologies with biblical cases. He recognized several instances where they were discussing a legal aspect in the Bible, and he said, well, that could be relevant to the trial of Abinadi. Or, gosh, with that background now discussed from the ancient Near East, if we look at this with Sherem's accusation against Jacob, now it makes sense why Jacob responded the way he did, and why Jerem was making the accusations that he did. Based upon ancient Near Eastern law, this is beautiful. It makes perfect sense. Today's method, you would shake your hand and wonder. You'd shake your head and wonder. You'd say, what the? That is not at all what we would do. No, it's not. There is no 19th century legality displayed in the Book of Mormon through the centuries. But there certainly is an ancient Near Eastern law methodology and ideology displayed within the Book of Mormon. This is one of the most unique, creative approaches, the intelligence, the exquisitely careful scholarship has been recognized by the biblical scholars who peer-reviewed this book, the legal cases in the Book of Mormon. And they have said the research is meticulous, it is the highest caliber, this is what we hope for in research of various ancient scripture texts. Some of them even claim we're not Mormon, but man, the cases that John Welch makes in this book are so clear. We comprehend them. It makes beautiful sense. It's actually fascinating that the ancient Near Eastern precedents can be stamped back onto the Book of Mormon and analyzed and bring out the incredible internal consistency with the Book of Mormon, the way it treats legal cases. Absolutely, seriously significant. Very interesting materials. So I want to read his preface. I'm going to go over into Skull Canyon, where I was yesterday, and share and read his... I'm going to share my ideas and read some of his intellectual autobiography. The people that he is cooperating with, the various seminars that they invite him to and he invites them to at BYU, and the subjects discussed and all are utterly fascinating. They destroy the anti-Mormon criticisms against LDS scholars. I have news for you. Great news for Mormons, horrifying news for the vehement, die-hard anti-Mormon critics who keep bringing up the same old stupid, boring, fluffy, idiotic, already refuted arguments against the Book of Mormon. They seem to think if we keep repeating this argument, someday maybe it'll stick. Give me a break. We are making major strides forward with the Book of Mormon. The LDS scholars have gotten serious. The fruits of the labors of the LDS scholarship on the Book of Mormon are beginning to show up. It is an absolute avalanche. 30 years in the making. You critics, if you're going to try to keep up with the LDS scholars, make no mistake about it, 4 BYU scholars were chosen to be on the International Dead Sea Scroll team for a reason, because we're serious about understanding the Bible on its terms, in its own language, and we are serious about studying the other LDS scriptures also. That's beginning to be noticed. Whether you like it or not, it's irrelevant. It's beginning to get noticed. We LDS scholars, we've gotten serious. And we have some spectacular new informations coming out on the horizon that have been coming out for the last 20 years. And the more uniquely creative, ways that we look at the Book of Mormon, the more powerful it shows up as an ancient document. And that's why it appears so odd to us moderns. I've seen critics say, oh, the Book of Mormon is just stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's idiotic. Yes, it is. If you approach it from a 19th century or 20th century point of view, it is idiotic. But as an ancient text, it's beautifully consistent, perfectly internally accurate and consistent within itself and the other ancient Near Eastern cultural, political, linguistic, geographical, geological, psychological, and now legalistic senses. The Book of Mormon's working. Its power as an ancient text, as a second witness to Jesus Christ coming to this continent to teach his gospel also, it is growing through the decades. We live in an absolutely fascinating time to see the fruits of the LDS scholars' labors and to see how the biblical scholars are noticing. And that's both Christian and Jewish. And I'll read that in his foreword to you. I'm going to go up into Skull Canyon. It's windy down here. Although it is beautiful out here. It's a beautiful 8-mile canyon, but I'm going to go elsewhere now. Oh, this is the end of the tape anyway. Let me